So yeah, I just finished my 1,000 subscriber contest. What better way to do that than to join somebody else's 1,000 subscriber contest? Let's get on this. All right, Jeff here. Hi, Vinyl Community. This is a contest entry for another person who crossed over the 1,000 subscriber threshold. I just finished my contest, so let's do another one here for someone else. This is for Deep Track Zach, who just hit over 1,000, and what he wants is to show your 1972's. So technically that'd be 50-year anniversary for these albums, and so he wants us to show a handful of 1972's. Now, I'm limiting myself to just what I have on vinyl. That means that some of my actual favorite 1972 releases I don't have yet. And I didn't want to drag out the CDs. So I'll mention them real quick. I mean, Deep Purple Machine Head, that's a big one. Things like Elf, there's some Larry Norman, which is a, folksy type artist. Things along that line. I won't even go into all of them. There's quite a few that are just on that. So we're sticking with just vinyl. I was still able to find, he only wanted 2, 3, 4, 5, and I got like 6 or 7 here. So let's get right into this. So I'm showing, actually the first one I'm showing is one of the ones he showed because it is absolutely one of my favorites, and that's the Captain Beyond album. I know I recently showed this because I recently found this and was so excited, and I've talked about it more than once. It is something that was high on my list, and yeah, it's not super expensive, but I just have gotten to the point where I almost would rather run into these things in the wild. It makes it fun to do rather than going online and ordering it. So I found this, as I've mentioned in the previous video, and it's got the lenticular cover, and I found it for just like $4, and it was kind of dirty, and I cleaned it, and it sounds amazing. So that's my first one. Again, another one that I recently scored in one of my thrift store find videos, and that's the Dewey Brothers. This is, obviously Jesus is Just Alright. This is one of their ones that's got a bunch of hits that people know, and so yeah, that's one of my favorites from 1972. Now, this is kind of a cheat, but since I mentioned Machine Head, I'm going to say Made in Japan. Now, yes, I know Made in Japan was released in 1973, but the concerts from the show on this album are recorded from 1972. So I'm cheating, but that's okay because it's not a numbers game. But yeah, love that album. If I had Machine Head on vinyl, I would show that. Here's 2 from the same artist, because back in those days, between 1970 and 1972, this particular artist and some of his cohorts released about 6 or 7 albums. David Cassidy, this is his first solo album, Cherish, recorded in 1971. It looked like, from what I could tell online, that they may have released the 8-track in 71, but the official release date on the album was February of 72. And then Rock Me Baby, his second solo album, came out later in 1972. And yeah, of course, he's in the Partridge Family, who released about, it seems like all their albums came out in 72, 71, 72. So many albums that they put out, just pumping them out. The record company and the TV show was just pumping out the albums. All right, Milele, Over the Influence, Milele Lefevre. Milele Lefevre, pretty famous back in these days. He wrote songs for Elvis and some other people, was pretty well known in the music industry, did a bunch of solo albums. Later he did, in the late 70s, his family was always into gospel music. Later in the 70s, he came back to living his faith. His albums are always kind of sprinkled with kind of a spiritual innuendos and spirituality and old-timey hymns and stuff. But, he had a rocker's edge. And then later on, he went full-fledged gospel pop rock, Christian rock, and amazing stuff that I love from there on out. Close to the Edge by Yes. Not one of my favorite Yes albums, but it's 1972. So I'm going to show the 1972 Yes album. And then Glass Harp, It Makes Me Glad. This is early Phil Keaggy. I found this not too long ago in a local store, and I was glad to find this. So yeah, love this stuff. This is kind of folksy psych rock of the 70s era, and then Phil Keaggy went on to do quite a bit of solo stuff, which I have shown quite a bit of. So that's it. Zach, congrats on 1,000 subscribers. Here's to another 1,000. for both of us. But here's to another 1,000 for you, and thanks a lot for having the contest. And make sure you link below. You can check out his contest, check out his channel if you haven't subscribed. Let's get over there and do it. And I will see you later. Rock on and rock hard.